Hey everybody, it's Chris Eason. On the line is Wootini, here with another gay gamer video podcast. This week I went to the movies to see 28 Years Later, the new sequel from the original team of Alex Garland and Danny Boyle, who made the original 28 Days Later, and not the people who did the sequel 28 Weeks Later. It's not as good as the first, but it's better than the second. Because the second one had some interesting ideas, but it didn't execute them well. This one is much better executed. The first half is, thrilling, action, scary, thrilling adventure. There's a community that lives on an isolated island so that the infected can't get them. And as a rite of passage, a father takes his son to the mainland to kill some infected. There's some interesting world building. There's new kinds of infected. It doesn't go very deep into this. I also found myself wondering, wait, so basically the entire rest of the world said, fuck England, and no one can leave, and just said, fuck it? Because that's harsh. Literally, they're not even going to let them quarantine themselves, and then they can rejoin society elsewhere in the world. They're stuck on the island. That's it. They can't leave. So, and they don't drop in supplies or anything. So they're just fending for themselves, and it's this very primitive society. They're just scraping by. But it's interesting. And so the first half is this thrilling hunt and race for survival and everything. And then there's some family drama, and then the boy makes one of those stupid horror movie decisions where you're like, why are you doing this? Like in the second one where the kids were like, let's go play in the infected area. And you're like, what are you doing? That's so stupid. So initially, the beginning of the second half, I was like, this is stupid, and why is this happening, and what the hell? But then I understood what it was doing, and I'm like, okay. And then I was able to accept it. I said, fine, because now I understood what the second half of the movie was doing, and the second half is even better than the first half. It's much more melancholy and emotional, and the first half is the boy and his father, the second half is the boy and his mother. And it also adds in some more details about the world. And I quite liked that. The kid is also a really good actor, by the way. There's some gruesome gore. And apparently it was shot on iPhones. So it has that kind of video-y look of the first one, but not the digital video that looks like ass. It looks like digital video, but it looks better. Some of it looks beautiful, and I didn't realize it wasn't shot on film. But my main problem with it was it's all really good. It's exciting. It's dramatic. It's emotional. It's melancholy. I liked the ending. Then there's an additional scene at the very end, the very final scene. And I'm like, no spoilers, I'm not trying to spoil the movie for y'all, but the very final scene of the movie, I feel should have been a mid-credits or end-credits tease, because all it does is set up a sequel, which is already shot, I think. I don't know when it's coming out, but I think it's already shot. They've already made it. So, I'm just that should have been a teaser, because it's so tonally jarring, given what's just happened, that I was like, what? And then all of a sudden it's boom, it doesn't say to be continued, but it basically might as well. But it was just so jarring, and I was like, that totally should have been separated from what we just saw. Give us some credits, then let us see that, and that probably would have gone down better, with me at least. I don't know, your mileage may vary. But yeah, terrific movie. I very much enjoyed it, and I am actually excited to see what comes next. As for games, I did go ahead and buy the full version of Fitness Boxing 3. Because I played the demo some more, and then the demo's very limited. You can only do the short workout. You can't do a full workout. So, you know, and I'm sure it's limited in the number of the kind of exercises that you do, like the kind of punches you're throwing and whatever. It's all very basic. And it also said that you were limited to the number of workouts. So I didn't know if like you can only play the demo for like a limited amount of time before it says, okay, now you're done. Go buy the game. You can't just play the demo forever. Because the demo was still a pretty good workout. But I said, you know what? I've been playing it. I'm enjoying it. Let me just bite the bullet, spend the $50 and buy the full game. So now I have the full game, and literally the first thing that I did was change the trainer, because you couldn't do that in the demo. The demo was just that one girl with the really bad voice acting that I thought was computerized. And so I got this guy, and I just picked a cute boy, because, you know, whatever, put him in a tank top. And like, what's interesting is his voice acting is fine. So it's actual voice acting. It's not like computer generated voices. It does sound strange sometimes because they'll like string phrases together like, great work, let's go again, gonna go harder now, stay with it, you know? And so they don't like flow because they're just gluing them all together. But for her voice, it was just so jarring because it was like the words she would accent were just weird. It was like, let's go again. Let's do this one more time. It was so weird. It just didn't sound right. And like, you're doing a great job. And I was like, so when they're stringing them all together, it sounded even weirder because her voice is going up and down and all over the place. And I was just like, no. So I think they're actual voice actors and hers just wasn't very good. No. I did appreciate that it let me bring over my progress from the demo. Not so much my progress, but I appreciated being able to bring over the coins that I had earned. Because as you do the routines, like, you're reaching these goals of like this many punches in a day or this many punches in a week, or like trying a new trainer or changing your trainer's look, or, you know, whatever, like getting perfect combos, whatever. And you're earning like thousands and thousands of coins and whatever. And those coins are used to buy new clothes for your trainers or unlocking music to box to. Because there's a bunch of like random electronic stuff, but then there's actual songs. I mean, electronic versions of the actual songs so that they can go repeat for 12 minutes and be at the exact speed they need them to be for the punch and the rhythm. But they have things like, you know, Aha, Take On Me. They have I Should Be So Lucky by Kylie Minogue. There's like Madonna, and there's a bunch of newer stuff that I don't care about, like Billie Eilish. But like, so I immediately was like, yes, I have my coins. Let me go in and unlock some songs so that I can like box to songs I actually kind of recognize. That gives it a little something extra. And so I've been doing like the additional routines, and there's like, now we're doing hooks and uppercuts, and it's like, okay, like it used to, because now I can do like the full workout for like a half an hour where it's, you know, it's not just the warm up, a routine, and then a stretch. It's a warm up, a routine, another routine, and a stretch. And this morning I did one that was a warm up and 3 routines and a stretch. And then the other thing that I like about the game is the subtitle is Your Personal Trainer. And that's interesting to me because I appreciate that. The game does, like, you're not like selecting workouts. I mean, I guess you could pick workouts from a menu and do exactly what you want to do. But I appreciate that the game is like, the trainer's like, hey, I put together this routine for you. Do you like it? And then you can go in and like tweak it if you want. But like, you can be like, hey, do you want to do all of this? And then like for the last routine, he's always been like, hey, do you want to change it up to do this instead? And like, sometimes it's like the same time, but a little more difficult, or it's like a longer routine, so you'll burn more calories. And depending on my time, I'm like, okay, no, we're not doing that, or yes, we'll do that. Today, he did 3 routines. I was dripping in sweat. It was like, oh my God. And then he's like, hey, we're done, but I think you've got more in you. Do you want to try this? And it was like this quick, like super speed boxing thing. It said, I don't remember what it was called, but it had EX at the end of it. And I was just like, oh, hell no. I don't have the energy for that. I've also been doing this for like 45 minutes already, so we're good. Thank you. Bye. No, we're done. And he's like, okay, maybe next time. And I was just like, yeah, maybe. But I'm enjoying it. I'm still exploring it and unlocking things. I still haven't even touched the free boxing, where you could do other mitt drills and whatever. I've just been doing the general workouts that they create for you. But I appreciate that I am dripping in sweat by the end of it. So it is a good workout, burning calories. So we'll see how long I can stick with it, because I do want to get myself moving and lose some weight, maybe. We'll see. So, I'll be sharing my progress as I continue to go along. I did not make a whole lot of progress in Tell Me Why this week because I was busy with Nikki and Disney, because they have had big updates. Nikki had the big update, and so I've been playing through the main new side quest that was created, the main story of the little Barrisant who's a magic fairy, and you have to she came out of a fairy tale book or something, and it was all very silly and adorable. And I, helped her get back to her world in the book, I guess, and she became a real fairy finally, and it was cute. So now I'm just doing the little side quests. I'm doing some little side quests, and there's these mazes that you have to work your way through, and I thought they were all going to be the same kind of maze, but now it seems I've done 3 of them, and each one has been a different kind of maze, and they're a little tricky, and I kind of enjoy it. They're just frustrating enough that it's a challenge, but not too frustrating where you're just fuck this, and you turn it off. You know what I mean? So I like that. But I have been spending even more time with Disney, because Disney had the new update with Peter Pan and the new Star Path. The new Star Path, I've been, working on trying to get a bunch of stuff done in that, because I am going to lose a bunch of days when I go away for the 4th of July, because I don't have it on my Switch. I have it on my PS5, so I can't bring it with me. So I was doing Star Path stuff, but it took me a while to get into the Star Path stuff because I was busy doing all the nonsense that you had to do in Skull Rock to get Peter to join the Valley. And so I finally got Peter in the Valley, and I have to say, I love the idea. I love having the classic animated characters like Alice in Wonderland and Peter Pan. That's great. But Alice looked great. Peter does not look good. Peter looks mean and nasty. He's got these angry eyebrows, and I'm just like, what are you doing to this character? He does not look good in 3-dimensional graphics. Why did you do this to him? Ugh. Thankfully, you don't really get close-ups, so it's okay. But yeah, that was disappointing character design decision there, I felt. So that's basically it. I've just been plugging along at that and doing my Star Path duties. So I'm sort of I can ease back on Nikki now, so maybe I can play some more Tell Me Why. I could also maybe watch less television and movies and play more games, but we'll see. So that's it for this week, and as I said, actually no, I think I will have an episode next week. It's the following week. Never mind. Ignore me. I'll see you next week, and then I'll get a break for the holiday. See you then. Bye!